Welcome to LC Podcast number 6.
I wasn't ready for us to
starring the new guy.
The new guy.
Who are you? Are you...
My name is Todd Howard, and I'm here to talk to you about my new game, Fallout 76.
You're fired.
It just works.
Let me also have Erik, and then that guy over there.
Hi, camera.
Yeah. Is your whole head in the frame this time?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot in the frame this time. You can see all the mess over there and stuff.
Is your ladder in the frame?
No, it's not. No, it's not. I have to confirm that.
If you had an iPhone, it could go in portrait mode and it'd block out all that shit.
I didn't think about using portrait mode.
Yeah, there you
Next time.
On.
Wow.
LC Podcast number
6.
I know our content.
Where we discuss the
Fallout
the
76.
Good thing we'll have Todd Howard here to discuss.
Yes, special guest.
It just works.
It just works. God. I was gonna bring up this. So, you know that movie? I think it's Glass. It's that horror movie with like the guy from Split and.
I didn't see that
think
one.
that's a horror.
I didn't see it. No, we can't talk about it. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either. I'm just bringing up a point about it.
I don't think it's a horror.
It's supposed to be like a
thriller.
thriller kind of thing.
Thriller-esque.
Because Split was like a horror thriller kind of idea.
Here,
But
I mean, Unbreakable wasn't.
No, and that's what I wanted to bring up is that the guy from Unbreakable's in it, and that took them so long to tie him into anything.
Well,
because that movie came out a long time ago.
Yeah, that was
Split-
10 years.
Split is also in the same universe.
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah,
But I'm saying it took them long enough to tie all this together and make something other than.
They sort of tied it in Split. Like I haven't seen Split still, but I heard there's a scene at the end.
No, there is.
Yeah, at the very end.
But what all I'm saying is that like they made Split years after Unbreakable.
That's because he had no idea.
Hey Jarrod, do you know Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
They made that years after they made the original.
It's still called Star Wars. I'm just saying I was surprised they made anything with Unbreakable. I didn't realize there was a universe outside of just that single movie.
Well, I don't think there was supposed to be. I think M. Night Shyamalan just like I can't say his name.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. He just decided once he was making Split that he just put it all together. I think
he's like, wow, I have two fucked characters that could be superheroes.
Yeah,
Marvel's big.
Whatever happened to that?
Throw them together.
People loved Unbreakable, right? Like, because Unbreakable came out before even Iron Man.
Didn't they have like
2000
Unbreakable, and then there was a guy in it that was like very breakable?
Mr. Glass.
Yeah, Mr. Glass.
Oh my God, Jarrod. You don't know
this
anything
is all coming
about this.
together.
Did you watch the movie?
Why did you bring this up?
Are you just talking about a bunch
this
of
is
movies?
insane. There's like these movies that like there's
Like,
the same characters in them. Like, what's happening?
My mind has just been blown.
No,
Jarrod, the Marvel universe would blow your mind.
It all just came together.
What did you think then? Why were they combining all
No,
these?
because in the original wasn't it? Okay, I watched the
you
original.
didn't watch it though.
No,
Really?
I watched Breakable a long time ago. Like I don't remember really much about it. Or sorry, Unbreakable. But there was a guy in it who was very breakable. I didn't realize that was Mr. Glass. That ties things together. You know?
Yeah.
So you saw nothing on Glass then? Like no trailers, no images?
I didn't see anything. I just heard that they were all in it. The only thing I saw was there was an image of the guy from Split in it as Beast.
All right, before we go any further, so we actually get these names right. Bruce Willis is the Unbreakable guy.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson is the Breakable guy.
Yep.
And what's his name?
James
McAvoy is
Professor Xavier.
Yeah, is
that too.
Because he's mostly just Beast in that one, isn't he?
In Glass or
in Glass, because in Split he's all the different personalities.
Yeah,
but in Glass he's mainly like Patricia and and the Beast, the guy that comes out at the end of
Spoilers.
Spider-Man guy.
He's they literally in the trailer like bring out the Beast. I don't know if that actually
doesn't
is.
mean he's
The
only
trailer
those two
spoiled it.
characters. Oh, trailers. Oh, speaking of trailers spoiling things, Toy Story 4. That trailer.
That was
whole
the movie.
That was the movie.
I didn't see it.
I was. Yeah, you did. You were there.
We were there.
Oh no,
We
Peter,
saw it the
Peter
other
was pretty
day.
intoxicated and
When? Oh, during Endgame?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have no memory of any.
You were drunk?
Peter doesn't even know what happened in Endgame.
I was extremely drunk. I don't remember the first half of Endgame.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, no, I remember zero trailers.
That movie.
Yeah, no,
Plus,
that,
we were late for some reason.
I think Toy Story 4 looks boring.
Like, you're almost... I think they should have left it at the trilogy. It was a beautiful end of the trilogy, and it was just like, leave it. Don't touch it.
I mean, my nephew and sister are very excited about it, though, so, you know.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll actually be great, but it's
Yeah.
just weird right now.
Yeah, there's enough of a budget behind it that like they're gonna do their work making sure it's good. It's just it seems kind of like out of nowhere-esque.
Because if they're adding a fourth one, I mean...
It's not going to be any
Are they gonna
Cars 2.
add, are they going to add another...
hoping.
No,
Yeah.
I've heard this is like the definitive end of the Toy Story saga, I guess. Now.
If only like Toy Story 3 was a definitive end of the saga.
no.
Like, that
What?
would-
That huge cliffhanger at the end. Oh,
You know,
man.
you know what looks stunning and looks beautiful, and I'm excited for the new Lion King, the one with they're doing.
Yeah.
No,
it looks
I'm
so.
not
Shut up.
I'm not
It looks
excited
good.
about
Listen,
I'm
It
curious-
doesn't.
It
It,
takes-
it just works, Todd. It
No,
just works.
it takes all the character out of the point of an animated movie out. Like you look at that classic scene of Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba walking across the log, and Hakuna Matata's going on, ain't no worries, and they're shaking their heads around, they're dancing, and then in the trailer for this movie, they're just walking and they're not doing anything.
There's
There's
also
no
a scene. There's
character in
also a
that.
scene where they're just walking in the.
So
original
you
Lion
want
King.
more
that
head
same-
nodding?
but
That's
that
what I
same-
got out of
No,
this.
but that same
Not
scene,
enough head nods.
that same scene has no more character in it.
Every time someone comes into this scene, they're just like,
No, it's just like
So
it's
do you want a
just dead
carbon
of
copy
character.
of the other movie?
No, I don't want a carbon copy, but I'd like it to actually like be its kind of like. I know they're kind of trying to go for a realistic thing, but the point of animation in the first place is to go beyond what you can do
what the
with
point
a
of
real life
animation is.
camera. And at this point, you're just kind of defeating the purpose of what half the Lion King was even about.
it's about head nodding.
No, it was, you love straw manning my arguments, man.
I'm not-
You absolutely love
I'm not putting
doing
this like entirely on you, obviously, but like this happened with Aladdin too, where like, you know, the first trailer or like the trailer came out for Lion King and Aladdin, people were like, oh yeah, this looks cool. And then one asshole on the internet was like, it doesn't look cool. And then every other person was like, he's right. It doesn't look
No,
cool.
I think Aladdin.
Oh.
I think Aladdin looks really good because like you can actually tell they're like they're doing the same kind of scenes, but there's clearly like they're going for a very stylistic kind of approach on it, and like it almost looks like it's gonna be like.
How does
there's
Lion King not do that?
No, but like the musical numbers look like they're gonna be just like so grand, and it's just gonna be fun to watch.
They didn't show musical numbers.
Yeah, they
in the
did.
Did they?
They,
Well,
like,
you don't. There's no
strongly
music.
hinted that.
There's no
Yeah,
music.
no.
But
I know
you
they
see
hinted.
like
I'm
a
saying you
bunch
don't
of
see the
people.
actual scene of them doing the music.
Well, we're only talking about
No.
trailers. Evan's spitting assumptions out of his ass here.
I'm
there,
not
everywhere.
spitting assumptions,
And the
I'm
movie doesn't
spitting-
have character.
I'm not
what?
spitting
You haven't
a-
seen the movie. How do you know if it has character? You basically head nods and that's it. The whole foundation of this argument is them walking across the log. That's how this all started.
You know, like I'm just thinking this. It's like Evan walks up. He's in the movie theater. He just sees the poster there. He's like,
What have
no,
you done?
there's not enough head nodding
There's
for
not
this
enough
musical.
character. Where is the character in this poster?
But look at the Aladdin poster.
Oh, I can't wait.
Tutor, I'm not.
Grand musical scenes.
I'm not
Pumbaa is Seth Rogen, Evan.
I'm not spitting assumptions. I'm just stating my opinion.
Oh my god. But I mean, okay, whatever, Evan. I'm excited for both of them. I think it looks beautiful.
No, I'm gonna put $5 down. Lion King sucks. Aladdin's great. $5.
Honestly, I'm vice versa. Aladdin doesn't have me excited.
All right,
Technically-
shake my
te- no,
hand
no,
from
but-
here.
But here's the thing: is like
I
Okay,
think both are
$5.
tight.
it's like they're off storylines of the originals. So it's
Yeah.
like they're gonna be relatively similar to how good the originals were in aspect of story.
When I saw the Aladdin trailer, which we saw during Endgame, that I remember because I was a little bit. It upset me a little bit because I felt like they're really banking on nostalgia. When I watched, I was like that's all they're going for. Like That's just the impression.
but they're
it gave me.
recreating the
It's
shots
not-
in the
it's not-
Lion
it's not
King.
necessarily a negative thing. I just got that much more of an impression compared to Lion King.
I feel like Aladdin's actually trying something a little different. Like they're obviously both movies have to tell the same story,
Yeah.
right? But I feel like Aladdin's actually going out there to show it in a different way, while it looks like the Lion King is literally going to be a shot by shot recreation.
But Aladdin's using real people. Lion King is using complete CGI.
Did you see
Yeah.
the Jungle Book?
So you
the
gotta-
live action ones?
That-
I
it was
heard
really
I never
good.
saw it, but I heard it was really good.
It was really good.
I like them.
It was the same thing with Mowgli. Mowgli was also very, very good.
I didn't see Mowgli.
For me, the thing for Lion King is just the voice cast.
Yeah, like Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, like you're saying.
Beyonce, Billy Eichner.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good people. They have James Earl Jones. That's his name, right?
I can pull up some info.
James Earl Jones is Mufasa
Yeah,
again.
like,
I
you
do
need
trust. I do trust in Jon Favreau because I think he's directing it
Jon Favreau.
because he directed Jungle Book as well, I believe.
And Chef. Chef was
Honestly,
a good
I
movie.
just think that like
Iron Man
just from the trailers, it looks beautiful. Like the design looks stunning. It
Oh,
looks
I'm not
so
going to argue that it
unbelievable.
doesn't look beautiful. Like the animation, the CGI technology is obviously like it's Disney. Disney probably has the best CGI out there right now because they just have so much money.
that's a strong
No,
statement.
because like they just use so much CGI.
No,
Like,
I know,
Look
but,
at
like-
all the probably research they did just to get like their de-aging technology for the MCU. I imagine that they put a bunch of money into a lot of other technologies like that.
There's some crazy movies made in like India and Japan India, Japan, and China. Some crazy animation and stuff coming out of there too.
Let's just start talking about Detective Pikachu.
I'm not excited for Detective Pikachu.
Are you going to it?
No, I'm not. I'm not going with
I'm
you
going
guys.
to it,
Yeah,
apparently.
I'm going to it, man. It's
I
gonna
don't.
be
I mean, like,
sweet.
I don't give a shit.
I'm excited for it. It looks
I
funny.
think it looks tight.
It looks, it looks funny. I'm gonna be amused by it.
I have low expectations.
Ryan Reynolds put out that trailer with the
Becoming Pikachu.
it was it had the song from Toy Story. What was it? It was like
You got a
skies of gray.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that shit, it's like that's what I've wanted from the real world. It's just Pokemon hanging out.
Just chilling.
That's what that trailer was, and I was like, oh, that makes me happy.
And you talk about like nostalgia and all that kind of stuff, and it's like to me that's what that's doing. Is it's
Yeah.
like bringing Pokemon to life for people that were like around when the original Pokemon was being played, and even now with
They're not even
Pokemon
banking
Go.
entirely
Yeah,
on original Pokemon because they got like
They got the new ones.
they
in
got
No, I know, but I'm
Pancham,
just-
Greninja.
I think people are just hyped to see like Pokemon CGI, essentially high quality Pokemon CGI.
But the idea behind it, like if that movie does anywhere, like if that movie makes a lot of money, like if it makes like $100 million, like net, I imagine that opens the doors to a giant. Like they're just gonna keep pumping those things out.
You think so?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
usually what happens, right? When they find something that works, they kick the shit out of it until it
it's-
doesn't work.
Until
Well,
it's dead.
sometimes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna make another big statement here. Pokemon is one of the biggest IPs out there, and it's like so.
That
like,
is true.
If they can find a successful movie, of course they're just gonna keep pumping it.
No,
And,
but that's what I mean. Like that's usually that to me. That's what happens a lot of the time. Is they'll find really good niches and then they'll just run with it.
But this isn't even a niche. This is like they already know it works, so they're just trying a different way.
how's that
to give
make
the
it not a
IP.
niche?
No, because niche means you have a small group of people that like it. Everybody loves Pokemon.
I would say Pokemon is not niche at all.
Really?
is.
I always just took niche as like it's just a group of people that like something.
No, I think niche has to be a small group of people.
Yeah, a niche is a small group. It's a subset within a bigger group.
What's
Okay, fair
that
enough.
person not talking into a mic?
Bring up the definition, Peter,
Of a niche?
of niche.
No, I trust you guys. You don't need to.
No, I just want to see what it actually is because sometimes we need to learn. We can't just discuss. We have the power of the internet.
This is an educational podcast.
This is educational. Let's learn
It's
about
just been
Fallout
us
76
yelling
together.
at each other.
Sell niche.
A shallow recess.
wait.
What the heck?
Wait.
A comfortable
There we
or
go.
suitable
Sorry.
position in life or employment. Pokemon is definitely that.
Oh, right. I got it. Sorry, I did not prepare the...
I don't think any of those is the one we were looking for.
Yeah. I thought I saw it. Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
This,
Peter.
this
We're
is
done.
We're done.
unprofessional.
We're done. We're back
Unprofessional.
to the main VOD.
Main VOD.
I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm excited to see it. Like I don't know.
I think it'll be
That was
cool.
funny, and I mean Ryan Reynolds is voice acting, so I'm pretty excited about
Yeah.
that. There's gonna be some really good lines definitely coming from him.
Yeah.
I was one of those people, as soon as I heard they were making a Pokemon live action movie, I was excited until I heard it was going to be Detective Pikachu. And then I was just like, why did they have to do that one? Like, of all the things they could do. But since
should
the
just
first
recreate-
trailer, I've been on board.
They should just recreate the Pokemon with Mewtwo, the movie, the old animated movie.
Actually, that
They
is
are.
They are
actually?
doing that.
No!
Yeah, in Japan, they're doing that right now. Comes out next month.
Next month.
I watched that
It
movie
doesn't
so
look
many
I
times.
don't like how it looks.
I
I,
don't
I
like
think
it
it looks
either.
like Robot Chicken animation, and it
That sounds
Peter,
that just
pulls
looks
that up.
disgusting.
Pull
Yeah.
the trailer for that up.
it's
So is it the original Pokemon movie?
just
then?
put in like
Yeah.
Pokemon Mewtwo CGI.
Yeah, it's like Mewtwo Returns XD.
sort of thing. Okay.
I just remember watching that movie so many times when I was younger.
Oh yeah, that movie's one of the best ones.
I got it on Blu-ray. I got the second one on Blu-ray. I got the third one on Blu-ray.
What second one?
Pokemon 2000.
That's the 2000s one,
Oh
not
my
the
God.
second one.
Is that your opinion?
Look at that face. That
You're
was
trying
an
to
Go back to
tarnish.
Edmonton.
that was an
Get
assumption.
I thought you were talking to me for a second.
Yeah, take this weather back up there too. Actually, it's nice out right now, but take the weather from last night back up there.
retroactively steal it. What are you doing, Peter?
Peter,
My
Where's our
computer, my
trailer?
computer I was uploading a video and it was fucking with me.
Okay.
Sorry, just wait. So
That's
okay,
okay.
now I'm
Want the
googling
trailer.
Pokemon.
I guess we'll never know what niche is supposed to mean as well.
Little thing in the meantime. I'm playing
in the
Mortal
meeting, we'll
Kombat
find-
11. God damn. That game's tight as shit. They have the
Oh, you bought
tutorial.
Mortal Kombat 11?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have it on
cool.
disc, so I'd have to let it.
You know, I was like, that's okay.
You don't play
I'm not even,
fighters.
I'm not even into fighters, so like it's not a big
It's
deal.
the tutorial. It goes all out. Like it teaches you everything you need to know about even high level play. So it's not like other fighters. They're just kind of like, yeah, here's the basics. Fucking figure it
It's
out.
like fucking good
Literally
luck.
button mash until you
Yeah.
figure out what the actual stuff is.
Look up a lot of tutorials on YouTube to figure out how to get even remotely good. This you could just get good.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, evolution. Yeah, that's
Wait,
the
do
one.
we want the niche definition first, or do we want the trailer
just do the
first?
trailer.
Just throw
We're
that
past-
thing
we're past
on.
niche.
Niche is
gone.
over.
Google it if you want, viewer.
Only the people that want to know about what the word niche means is very
Peter,
niche.
make sure you try to figure out how to get the actual volume because there's no volume ever in the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
recordings.
That's a later date.
Okay.
Welcome to our reaction for the Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution trailer. I mean, like, that looks nice.
Some of it does look really cool, but then you see
That.
like the Pokemon look great.
Where's
The humans don't.
where's Giovanni?
Look, there's the Lion King trailer on the right there, too.
Lion King and sheep.
Wow.
All right.
Just wait.
Like I can admit the animation's really good.
It kind of looks like you know, it's really up there with the design, the art design of the game.
Yeah, it does look like a game, actually. But then look at this.
These robot chicken ass looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like that
this,
looks fine.
I really like how this looks, honestly.
You almost can see like the little bit of fur on Meowth there. When
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
walking, like little deviations in his fur. See, I wanted to see Giovanni.
What is that video title, real quick, Peter? What happens in the void?
What happens when you glitch into the void in?
Diamond and Pearl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, what happened?
I thought
Oh.
I thought
It's
the
just-
original Pokemon they went to like an
No,
island.
wrong one.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go to.
Mewtwo makes an island or some shit.
What?
Yeah, and that's where like all the and then they have all the
And
Pokemon
then they
that
have
are
an
under.
obscure ass reference to the Minnesota Vikings for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
And it's so random.
Now I know.
Yeah, with their Jesse and James are dressed up as Vikings, taking them to like Mewtwo's island, Ash, Misty, and Brock. And then Brock and Misty are like, I don't know, we're Vikings around here. And then Ash is like, they mostly live in Minnesota. And it's like,
Why? Why?
And every kid around the world except the ones that live in Minnesota are like,
They're like, yeah, represent, yeah.
Most kids would be like, "What?" Because no
That's what most kids were like.
No one would really know. Like, you know, then the parents would be sitting there going like, "Yeah, Minnesota."
The parents are like, boo.
dude, I think honestly, I think like our parents' generation really just did not like Pokemon at all. I don't like.
Well, they're also like adults when it came out.
My mom plays
It's
it.
not necessarily their demographic, right?
no, but like,
Yeah, because
like,
we came out like after really got into it. I'd say my sister's generation was more like, and a little bit older was more like the initial Pokemon.
They're the Gen 1ers.
Yeah,
But
and then we kind of jumped more heavily into it.
But like, what I'm saying is like, our generation, like the millennials in general, I feel like
don't
we're a
think we're
lot more
millennials.
accepting.
We're Gen Z, but whatever. Keep going.
No, it does. We don't know yet. They haven't.
we're the-
specifically
we're in
defined
between.
it
We
yet.
are in the middle.
We are the transition generation.
Yeah.
Anyways, they like that generation, our generation, whatever. Are I feel like we're more accepting of kids shows and like we'll watch it and like sometimes even enjoy it. Whereas like I feel like our parents we were just like strict, like especially when it came to Pokemon for some reason or like SpongeBob. It was just like, no, like screw off with that stuff. Whereas like, you know, you have Paw Patrol stuff and all that stuff right now, and like kids are loving it. And
Kid shows
it's
suck
I
now.
won't not watch it if it's on.
So what is your point?
I
You
don't-
watch
I
kid
don't
shows? Is that it? You're justifying why you watch kid shows?
No, I just feel like there was like a
My-
lot more
my
negative
parents- my
thoughts
parents-
towards kids shows back in the
Like how bronies is like an accepted thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like parents are like our parents almost had the opinion of like, we're old, you can't watch cartoons anymore. That's for the young
my-
ones.
my
Well, we're
parents are
just
the
kind of like,
opposite.
yeah, it's cool. It's a form of art that you can entertain
I don't know.
yourself with.
My parents were always all for us doing that because my grandparents, we always watched like.
well,
Puff
you're
the
a
Man-
special fucking cookie, Jared.
I was
Thank
actually
you.
going to say the same thing.
Like
how much
because my grandparents were always like, "Hey, come over, we'll watch Puff the Magic." Even though that was there's a horrible thing behind that, but yeah, we always did. Like we watched Puff the Magic Dragon. We'd watch. My parents would always watch it with us. Boomafoo is awesome, fucking best show ever.
Is that a Canadian show?
I don't know.
I think it might have been.
I don't know.
I feel like it
But
was.
I mean, I don't know. Like my parents didn't really care. I never had. I don't know if they like were necessarily like woo cartoons, but they were never against us watching it ever. Like they never made any comments.
No, I'm
not
not
against-
That's not what I was trying to. I wasn't saying they were against us watching it. Just like they probably
Canadian.
just didn't care at all about it. Where I feel like we kind of care still about a lot of cartoons even now.
Well, like most of ours are gone.
Well, like the other thing too is that like with Netflix and the internet and stuff, there's a lot more access to these things, right? Like
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I miss?
anime.
Arthur.
Arthur, I don't miss. Arthur was
don't care
creepy.
about Arthur.
I always found Arthur creepy.
I like Arthur.
I never watched
You're
Arthur.
creepy.
I'm not creepy. Fuck, you're creepy.
How dare you?
Arthur and his little
you know,
ears.
I'm gonna pull us back to Puff the Magic Dragon for a second here.
Why was Arthur creepy?
I don't know. I always found Arthur creepy as a kid. I never liked
It was
watching
a
Arthur.
great show, and it had an amazing theme song.
It did.
Sure, I'll give it that. But
Did you know everybody like really hates Caillou?
yeah, oh yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Apparently,
Caillou's, like,
why?
I've seen Caillou's a fucking brat.
yeah, he just like promotes bad behavior for kids.
Well, yeah,
Essentially,
I don't know. I see a lot of the shows now, and it's like, they're getting almost ridiculously kiddie. I don't know if that's the way to say
have
it.
You mean a bunch of puppies can't fight a fire, dude?
No, they can't.
No, like-
they literally
Like,
can't.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the art design that I'm talking about, but it's
I
like,
think I know what like the Teen Titans Go type of
Yeah, like-
animation.
yeah,
because like I don't know,
yeah.
I liked. I mean, again, this is a generation thing, right? Like I love the design of our cartoons, and now I look at them like some of them are pretty like amazing design. Like the artwork is beautiful, but it's just I don't know. I feel like they're too much into not just letting the kids enjoy the show, more so like we have to everything you do, you have to learn something, you have to do this.
I watched Normal Boots. They have a show called Madness, and they talked about a 90s shows on one of their seasons.
Yeah.
Like 90s cartoon shows. And they talked about a lot of this stuff. And I think like it almost seems like they just had more art styles back then. Because like they had the Powerpuff Girls art style, where it's like the thick lines kind of heavily cell shaded. They had the SpongeBob, where it's kind of like ugly, but not ugly, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't like a beautiful art
like
design, but it's just
yeah, like Ed and
What-
Eddie, where it looks like you look at the characters and you're like, that looks what the fuck?
Yeah.
But like it's still a really great show. And then you have stuff like Batman, where it's just like the pinnacle of animation,
yeah.
and Animaniacs, and it's like,
They do it on black paper. And
yeah, and
everything.
now we have just like Steven Universe and like Teen Titans Go, which while they have they're good shows with like good content, the animation is just kind of bland.
Have you guys heard of the pinnacle of kids' TV shows nowadays? The Day My Butt Went Psycho.
I've heard something about that. Show me.
Oh, it is something.
What is really good children's animation right now is that Disney Channel like Mickey Mouse show where they have the what happened. Get this off.
This is what kids are watching nowadays.
This is actually
Bring up the
My nephews. This is how I found the show. My nephews were watching. I was like, "What am I looking
Hey,
at?"
there we go. Dexter's Laboratory. Now we're
Well,
talking.
it went wrong
What went
apparently.
wrong?
I
so-
actually hated Dexter's Lab.
You know what? I really like. We had a few shows that we watched a lot of. Like Weekenders was one of them.
Ooh.
16 was pretty good too. Kim Possible. I mean, can't go wrong with Kim Possible.
Here, real quick, bring up the like
I think
Mickey
I'm gonna
Mouse.
end up
What happened?
listening. I'm gonna end up listing like all the shows from our generation. Like Recess was great.
All those Disney Channel shows were awesome.
Something like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and then
But those shows, if you actually like shows like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, you go back and watch that, they're probably not that good anymore. Like
Yeah,
you were
but
saying
that's
for
good- yeah, but
Hannah
they're-
Montana.
yeah, but
But like I feel like the animation holds better nowadays than what?
You guys haven't seen this?
No,
what is this?
this looks
What
horrifying.
happened?
I can't see my mouse. There it
Go,
is.
yeah.
It skips out on the part where she just trips and falls. That's an important part.
Yeah. There we go.
That's
It's a good
an-
meme.
That's an important meme right now.
What happened?
What happened? See, that's like actually pretty good animation. Like when he's running through the forest there, like that looks really good and clean.
No,
And I
it's
think
like-
that's like the current Mickey Mouse show that's on right now. I don't know.
I just feel like, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about ours. It was just a little bit different, but I just feel like all the shows now aren't about just letting kids enjoy like a fun thing. It's always like, this is what you're learning. This is your.
I think that's like there's a threshold though. It's like from like shows that are meant for toddlers versus shows that are meant for kids.
Fair enough.
Like
yeah.
toddler shows will always be like, where is the cow? The cow's right there, and you're like, it's right there.
That's what I want my kids learning. Where is the cow?
No. So I was talking to someone, and I was talking about Zaboomafoo, and this is the generational gap. This is like after like post our generation kind of thing. And I'm like, what's Zaboomafoo? I was like, you did not live. You did not live at all.
Spoonfoo is king.
It is.
I don't remember much about that show other than that he would eat the treats and then he would talk or something.
And you'd always like visit a different animal. I loved that show. That show I could watch endlessly when I was younger.
It was pretty tight.
I like the intro. The song.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
the song!
stuff.
I know
Yeah,
this. I
yeah.
remember the song. Yeah.
I don't remember the song.
Let's bring it
honestly.
up.
Bring the
Zaboomafoo.
song. No, it's
It's
a tight
absolute
song.
chaos.
But no, I don't know.
I don't know, sometimes I feel like a lot of cartoons they'll look the same, but it's just because you have the same artist behind it all. Like that what's his name? Bill Hartman or something, Hutchman, who did Fairly Odd Parents
my
and a few
God.
other shows. Like you can tell when you're watching No one remembers these guys.
Peter, turn it up enough so they can hear on your mic.
Oh, this is not the song I remember.
This is great.
Get rid of that ad.
Apparently, the real Zaboomafoo's dead.
Yeah.
I know. I heard about that.
Oh, I remember this part.
And Zaboomafoo.
I don't remember the intro at all, honestly.
I do. This is fire. This is awesome. I remember that episode with the Dalmatians.
Elephants.
Oh, the puppies!
And it just keeps going, and it's like, all right.
It's incredible how they got the Zaboomafoo to do all that stuff.
Oh man. No, you didn't.
What the hell? I don't know.
Peter-
I don't know what that is.
Oh God,
The
don't.
doodle bops were crazy, man. Just a nightmare.
That may have been one of the mistakes of our generation.
I never
God.
heard a single thing about the doodle bops until I went camping with my family once, and we were able to hook a TV up to our trailer's satellite, and that was the only thing we could get. And then after I saw one episode of that, I saw it everywhere. It was all
That
over
was
the
it.
place.
Amazon, like online ads before.
Yeah,
online.
yeah, actually. Like I saw a billboard. I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah.
Oh man, that was a while ago. The Doodle Bops. God.
It was almost like one of those sitcoms where it's like one woman and four men living in one house. What's gonna happen? Except, except all of them were colored like rainbow colors and had afros essentially.
Remember Life with Derek?
Yeah.
And how it
yeah.
ended because it was like the two main stars were starting to fuck each other.
Oh,
and it was
is
The
that
brother
why?
and
it ended?
sister.
I was really big into Wizards of Waverly Place.
who was it?
That's a standard. That's a
I mean,
staple.
it was Selena Gomez too. So I mean, that was.
And David
I was there
Henry.
for the magic.
I was
Yeah,
there for
right.
David Henry. I was there for Max. Everyone forgets about Max.
Who's Max?
Yeah,
The
that-
youngest brother. The
Selena
only
Gomez.
one to not get magic at the end of the series. But then instead he opens a sandwich shop just like his dad.
That's the real American
We know
dream.
who got the short end.
Yeah. Poor Max.
Everyone forgets about Max. Let's have a toast to
Spin-off
Max.
show.
Just like
Max.
everyone forgets about Frankie Jonas. The youngest Jonas brother.
Aren't they getting back together?
Yeah, they
they're
have an
back.
album
They-
coming out June 7th.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
They're on like the James Corden show and stuff. They
Nice.
sang.
Their songs are sweet. I'm loving it right now.
I might have to check that out and see what they're all about now.
No comment.
What?
No, nothing.
You
I
know-
haven't heard any of the music, so I'm not
You're
going to
just
form
making
my opinion
assumptions.
out.
Do you remember Camp Rock at all?
I never watched Camp Rock. True story.
What is wrong
Yeah.
with you?
Okay, you're going to insult me.
Did your parents just not like cartoons?
They hated them. They're like, get these cartoons out of here.
Peter, why didn't you watch Camp Rock?
It wasn't on.
Gee, like,
It was always on.
I apparently not. I didn't
It was-
watch. I don't know.
It was like one of the few Disney movies that was ever on.
I just never ended up seeing it. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you never come home one day from school? It's like Wednesday, and all of a sudden you see a trailer, and it's like new Disney Channel original movie premiering in 1 month from now on Friday, and then you're like, well, I guess I know what I'm
Wow,
doing.
this is
Yeah,
very
Minutemen,
specific.
Jason
This is
Dolly.
the
Hype
earliest
as
form,
shit.
the earliest form of scheduling. When's Camp Rock going out?
Mom, set the calendar.
Camp Rock is coming, and then there was a second.
Yeah, Camp Rock too. I don't think that one was very good though.
I didn't
No,
see
Camp
that
Rock one was
either.
definitely better.
Rock one. But I did that for like, remember your birthday way back in the day when you guys left me? You guys ditched
yeah.
me
You
completely.
were late.
I was not late. You guys left
Was this
early.
was this the one where we
Time is
messed up-
relative.
Was this where we messed up your basement?
No,
No,
that was
no,
a
it's the
different
one
time.
Dark Tag. What a day.
Stumbling around in the dark.
This is a story about a young Evan going to his best friend's birthday party at the go-kart place, which is now shut down and overgrown. And when I got there, to my shock, nobody was there. What could have gone wrong? Did I get the day wrong? Did I get the Peter wrong? What was going on?
Your best friend gets
No.
the Peter wrong.
No, they went, and for some reason, I think the place was closed
Yeah,
that
something
day.
like that. Yeah.
So they just decided to go bowling instead. But they didn't wait for people to still trickle in, and this was before cell phones too.
I was
So
gonna
it's not
say,
like you could
was
really
this like the Motorola Razr era, or was this before
No,
that?
well, this is like where like there were cell phones, but not many people had cell
Yeah.
phones still.
Parents didn't have other parents' numbers.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
probably
not,
why.
yeah.
No, like there was no easy way to get a
You
hold
mean
of
when you
other
had to
people.
walk down the street to go say hi and be like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?"
You have to
Yeah.
get the school directory down and
School directory and all your guys' names circled in that thing.
Highlighted, yeah.
And it was always at the back of the liquor cabinet for some reason. So anytime I wanted to call you guys,
Evan got fucked
Grab a
up.
bottle of whiskey in the school
Every time.
directory.
Evan
Let's do
got
some prank
fucked
calls.
up. And he
I
was
think that's
so
I think
faded.
that's only at your house, man. Mine was like sitting next to the phone.
Mine was in the like filing area.
Not the liquor.
Mine's at the back of the liquor cabinet. I had to move all the bottles to get it.
Oh, you know where the passports kept and all the important documents.
trust me, your guys' phone numbers were not part of the important documents.
Oh.
But
Oh my god.
anyways, continuing the story. So I was sad. I was crying. My mom felt bad. Peter really broke my heart that day. So anyways, I wanted to make it up to him because I thought it was my fault for some reason he left me. You know how kids are. So I
Canadians.
invited him over for a sleepover to celebrate his birthday, and I decorated the basement all Halloween-y because we all know Peter's birthday is associated with Halloween
Yeah, you
because
guys
they're
all
so
know
close.
that. Yeah.
And that day, which I knew because I pay attention to the
You
TV
circled it on the
scheduling,
calendar
I
a month
circled it on the
earlier.
calendar.
He walked over, confirmed it.
16 Jude of the Living Dead was premiering that episode, which was like an hour long or something. It probably wasn't, but it was a big deal. We were gonna watch it. We did. It was great.
I had no idea where the destination of that story was. Like,
That-
I didn't
that
know
was
where
the
we were going. That
destination.
was
That was
a
it.
wild
Hey,
story.
Evan, do you remember when you broke my heart in grade 5?
How did I break your heart in grade 5?
We were both going for the same girl. And you won.
I remember.
I got her.
I remember.
Where were you?
We dated in grade 6, not grade 5, Jared.
Yeah, but it was in grade 5 that you
Jarrod still had his heart broken.
I wanted to date
How
you.
things never change.
That's how things never changed.
Yeah.
Good times back in the
I still
day.
can't believe that your directory for phone numbers was in the liquor cabinet
Well,
at the
like,
back.
the main
not
liquor-
even like on the door,
No,
ready
'cause-
to be like, oh, I'll
well,
just open this.
The main liquor cabinet was on the left, and there was just like the booze in
Alcohol,
there.
yeah.
And then there was like there was another cupboard that had all the phone books in it. But you know, I guess there was so much liquor my parents bought. They're not alcoholics that it would spill over into the second
There's
cabinet.
an overflow zone. The muster
So-
point's over there.
So I have to move those bottles to get back to the phone book.
They're like, Evan, did you put back the Jack Daniels? Did you put it back?
Where's my Jack Daniels, Evan?
Why is there this dumb directory in the front?
No, I grew up in a
It
good.
goes in the back.
I grew up in a safe household. It was good. It was just hard to get the phone book.
It was just hard to get the phone.
It was underneath the Mickey's.
Remember when you guys used to come over back when we started drinking and sneaking alcohol, and we'd always go into that liquor cabinet in the basement there of my parents' basement, and there'd be like bowls, there'd be like that one with like the Buddha on it, and we'd just like pour a little bit out so they wouldn't think, and we just pour a little bit out of everything so we could have a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
Those
We
are
got
rough
fucked up,
times.
too.
Those are rough times.
You know, there was also that when we got really excited that we were old enough to go to Screamfest. That was another milestone.
Whoopee.
Screenfest was like the epitome of like.
You know, it was Screamfest is the same now that it was the first time we went.
Now it's
Screamfest is
dead.
dead.
The same, the
yeah.
same haunted houses, the same everything.
That's probably why it died. That's
You know, I don't know, man. The chainsaw guy chases you at the same place every single
What if
time.
he gets tired of his job?
Goes back. Ah!
well, they mixed it up that last year that I think we went.
For
Where
my
was that
birthday.
at?
Because as you know, my birthday's around Halloween.
Yeah, it was at Stampede. We went with Jack and Alec. Actually, I don't. Did you come with us?
I don't know. I went once at Stampede, I remember.
yeah,
and it was really muddy. I was like,
okay, you
"Ugh."
were with us then.
Yeah.
Or you might have been with Jared or something. I don't know.
Well, the last time I went to Screamfest, I went with my friend Rayanne and her now current boyfriend and then one of their friends, and we ended up partying way like halfway through the night, and I was chilling around by myself with this person that I just met that day, their friend, and I was like, this is interesting. This is an interesting.
This is my night.
I would hate that.
That's like Tinder.
Except you didn't match.
Oof.
Ooh.
Actually, there's like corn mazes and stuff now where like they'll have Screamfest trailers.
They do one out in Strathmore, don't they? They have like a big corn maze out there that has a bunch of scare. That's like
and
really
there's
well known.
kangaroos
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, Courtney and I went to that a few
Kangaroos.
weeks or a
Well, it's
couple
like
years
they
ago.
have like different different attractions there. Like it's not
went
just
the
the
same
corn
day,
maze.
that's
It's not like you just walk out there like, man, I'm gonna pay $40 for this freaking corn
It's
maze.
just like kangaroos and corn maze. They're very different.
Not if you put them together.
Well, they weren't kangaroos; they were joeys.
They are still very different.
That's still a That's just a baby kangaroo.
No, because there's a specific baby kangaroos are joeys, but there's another breed of kangaroo
That are
just
also
called,
joeys?
Just
You know what we
called
should
a
do?
joey that just doesn't get any bigger.
We should set up a haunted house.
Nah.
Live connection.
No, because it
haunted-
would be here. So no.
Halloween is coming up.
The haunted house. All it is is the noose in the camera right now.
I completely forgot. It's just a meme. It's just a meme.
I was gonna say the haunted house would just be people would walk in the door, come down, see the news, and be like, ah!
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
awesome.
glad that's been in the camera the whole time.
Yeah, well, it's staying there now.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
That was Jack and Graydon. For all.
Matt hasn't seen it yet, has
No,
he?
well, I think he saw it on Snapchat, but he hasn't seen it in person.
Yeah, that was for Matt.
Matt done goof, so Graydon bought a very expensive rope.
Just for the meme.
Inexpensive rope. Just to be like.
Oh,
yeah.
and now it's stayed there.
Wait,
Yeah.
why did he buy it?
So
Matt basically
he was helping Graydon out with something, and he fucked up some paperwork and stuff.
Oh, that's why Graydon bought that?
because Matt was supposed to come
How
here.
much money does Graydon have to just be like, I'm gonna buy a fucking rope?
It was
Because
$12.
It was a $12 rope too.
like, why the
He said it was worth it for the meme.
Yeah,
It was
but then Matt didn't
That's-
show up. So Matt didn't show up. So the meme was dead anyways. So we tied Jack up with it, and then yeah,
and it stayed there ever since.
yeah,
True story.
Where'd you put
Live
Jack?
connection content?
yeah. Huh? What?
Where'd you put Jack?
In a chair.
Oh, he's
Oh, you like
he's in
tied
that
him
closet.
to you
back
tied
there.
him to the chair.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then he tried to escape, and then it was very interesting. It was a very interesting escape.
Sounds like a great Friday night.
Like I had tied the back end of the rope after we did the spin the chair thing.
Should we do it for the podcast?
I think
No.
that
No.
video
No.
go on Pornhub.
We didn't record it, I don't think, did we?
Ooh, I don't think so.
we should start.
I was
up
gonna
the-
record it, then I got yelled at
By Jack?
by both of you.
I don't yell at
You
you.
probably deserve it.
You don't. Am my ears dirty? Did I hear that right? Do you?
Are my
you-
ears dirty? Did
you
he just
don't-
fucking say that?
I mean,
Peter, if anyone does the most yelling, it's you and Matt.
Yeah.
well,
Just 'cause
maybe
it
you
takes-
guys
it
don't
takes-
get me so excited all the time.
I think
you're
you're
already
just
No,
an
you're
angry
angry.
Do you
person.
know what my
Peter.
throat was like at the end of that Tetris video
just-
after that recording session?
That's because you were objectively wrong.
I don't want to get into it. Well, that'll be a whole separate
Peter,
podcast.
be careful of your glasses. I don't want you to run over them.
I have a second pair. I'm used to throwing things around. I
That's-
can't see you at all, Jerry.
that's
you're
not
a,
a- that's
you're
not
a
a good
white
defense.
mass over there.
So this is going to be a long one, but stick with me.
Oh god.
Peter has 2 pairs of glasses because he always takes them off when he's wrong. And the reason why he has 2 is because he's wrong a lot. So he needs to always have an extra pair of glasses.
You have to
just in
cycle
case.
them. You can't put on the same
Yeah.
wrong
I
glasses.
can't be wrong all the time. I gotta at least try. Mm-hmm. So
But
that
you
was
are
the
wrong all
long
the
one.
time.
That was.
Oh, I was just a long lead in, just for the insult.
Oh, Todd Howard. I don't know why we have you on this podcast.
Just works.
Oh my god. So I mean,
oh, psych.
the only gaming topic that we really had planned for this one was Apex. You guys wanted to talk
I can
about?
to talk. I'll look up if there's any other news.
Well, I don't know anything. I don't know.
I said I'm gonna look up if there's any other
Okay,
news.
would you-
Apex
Clean your ears.
Legends
Can you
is
simmer?
dying.
Simmer down. You know what's not dying? Anthem, because they're already dead.
Anthem's Cataclysm event was delayed.
by like
That's-
a long time, like a month plus, wasn't it?
It's
Something like
because
that.
it's because all they were gonna bring out is one more skin and a little thing, and then they were gonna be like, "Oh shit, they're mad at us for the first thing, so we should probably make this good."
Yeah, but that BioWare, that was bad situation right there.
The BioWare that made Anthem is not the same BioWare that made Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect.
Did you guys
the people
read-
that made that have left the company?
Did you guys read that long article from Kotaku about Anthem?
I skimmed it, but
What was the?
It was pretty much them, like, they essentially, in nutshells, like, they didn't have a set direction where they were going with the game. So it was a lot of, like, our live connection meetings where, like, we need to get this done, but then nothing actually happens,
See,
and then they continue that way forever.
I feel like it had such potential because it's such a cool
well, like, the
looking
flight
idea.
and the combat, they're great. They nailed that part. It's just everything else.
So what if they almost did like a similar style? And I haven't played the game, but I've seen Erik play it with Monster Hunter. Why didn't they do a similar style to that, but like have like Anthem? You know, I don't know, like just like they go out, do those quests. They take like they're harder quests, they're longer quests. Like because don't the Monster Hunter quests like to take down a monster's pretty.
It's a lengthy experience at times.
The first time it can take like about 40 minutes maybe to take down a monster for the bigger monsters. And then once you get good enough, it should take like 5 minutes to take them down.
So I think if they made more in-depth stuff like that, this game could have been pretty good. I mean, I didn't play Anthem, so I'm literally going off of what other people
You're
have told
vomiting
me.
your opinion.
Yeah, I'm not vomiting my opinion. I'm stating objective fact of my opinion.
also known as an assumption.
No. That's a totally different thing. That's a subjective fact of my opinion.
Wow.
So Apex Legends is dying. Hey, Erik, you say that?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, apparently the concurrent like viewers on Twitch for how many people are watching it has gone down significantly from when the game came out. And I think the actual like player base is like a lot of people have just stopped playing. Like there was a Critical or Penguins Zero made a video where he was like, I loved Apex and I put like 500 plus hours into it. Now I don't fucking play it anymore because they just don't put out content.
Right now, Fortnite on Twitch has 260,000 viewers, while Apex has 50,000.
So like, and the difference being is that Fortnite is constantly putting out new stuff. Like
Every week.
they're vomiting out new content like no one's business.
Literally every week they're
but-
putting out a new update.
They're getting in trouble now because they're overworking their employees, and that's coming out now.
Yeah.
Like Epic.
See, like,
But you almost have to find a happy medium because like Rainbow Six Siege, they bring out new content
That's true.
all the time, but it's not every week. But they constantly bring out new stuff for their game, and it's constantly getting a good fan base behind it.
yeah, it's almost like it's bigger content every like couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because their game is such more of a complex like team-based game where it's the characters they bring out are that you have to pair characters together to make that game work. I feel like they almost have that good logarithm down where it's like they have a good space between their releases. They're not overworking anyone, but they're not releasing anything like Apex has run into.
Apex actually made a statement about how players are feeling in this regard, and they kind of said like we'd rather do quality over quantity.
Yeah, they did say like they were going to put out like bigger, more significant updates rather than take the Fortnite route. But even like with that, they didn't.
I mean,
they're not doing a good job
Yeah, but
of it.
I think
'cause-
they you should have a happy medium. Like have those like focus by all means focus on those major updates, but like have a few small things thrown in there for the
Yeah.
people, right? Like get just to keep them going through the game.
Well,
Like
they threw
Apex-
that battle pass in though, right?
But
And it was
the
garbage.
battle pass is not great.
But isn't that just I know it's like don't you have to pay for the battle pass?
it's
round?
about like what, $10 to $15.
Yeah.
like
yeah, and so it's not that bad.
No,
but it's just like I'm talking like because doesn't Fortnite most of their DLC isn't it free?
No.
No, I don't know. I've never.
No,
played.
no, no.
Their updates, like every season they update it. I don't know what's going on now where they're releasing stuff every week. But yeah, like you have to, there's a free battle pass with Fortnite and then there's a paid one, and the paid one's way better than the free one. Like the free one maybe gives you whatever currency
yeah, it's not good.
every so often. But yeah, I don't know. Like when did Fortnite like come out with its first big update though?
So like season 2 then?
Yeah. Like Because like, how long did that take them? Because like, if we think about it, Apex has been out now 3 months, and about a month ago they came out with the battle pass and a new character. Like, that's a pretty substantial change to the game. I think people are just wanting.
But you're also bringing in a battle royale game out in a generation that's like a ton of battle royale games. So it's like they need to add other stuff to keep it going. Because you look at Fortnite. Fortnite's like one of the original battle royales, isn't it? For like,
well, PUBG is Minecraft Hunger Games technically, but PUBG is like the main type.
That was such a passive aggressive thing. Wow.
So,
but like. Okay, sorry, Peter.
The Battle Royale came out in end of September 2017. And then like season 2 that came out December. Oh, so came out a couple months later.
So it pretty much, and like didn't change much for season 2 if I remember.
I'm pretty sure they changed a good bit. Like they were like changing stuff for the map. They were adding guns pretty frequently, and they were like adding new mechanics.
But it's stuff. Like for games like that where you're playing the same map. The whole backing behind the game is the same thing. You try to make it to the end. I feel like those kind of games you need to be coming out with more stuff,
just like
to keep people interested.
Add a new gun in every month.
Yeah, and then that way you're like you have a small thing, but then after 4 months you're like, oh, here's this major thing that we're adding.
Yeah,
And then that way you keep people interested in the game, but you're not trying to do too much at the same time.
Yeah,
like it's quality there, but it's also maintaining your current following.
I think people are also upset that Respawn, they're not fixing Apex problems fast enough either. Like there's a lot of like I can't remember the right term for it, but like bullets essentially not hitting when they should, and like cheaters and stuff. I know people like are upset that it's not being fixed.
Yeah, apparently Pathfinder's hitbox right now is absolutely broken.
Oh, really?
That's something I forget how, but apparently like he can be impossible to hit with some players.
I mean, that's also like I can't hit him, but I'm also bad.
That's not the same thing.
A bunch of Jarrods in the world are
it's
commenting.
gonna be so hard though. Like for Respawn, like I mean, this was a passion project at the end of the day, and like EA probably isn't giving them too much, even though they're probably making EA a bunch of money right now. And like Fortnite was so well established, and they probably would have just kept doing the same old thing for a while, but Apex scared them, and that's why now they're just pumping stuff out. I mean, competition is obviously good, but like they had the roots in the ground to be able to just pump stuff out.
Yeah,
I think they were still pumping stuff out before Apex. Though.
Yeah, but
like,
you also
when I was
like
playing, there was new updates still pretty much. Maybe not every week, but every couple weeks you'd get a new gun, or they'd be like, "Here's a new thingy with." But I mean, there's a shopping cart that you can ride in.
No, but those are the season updates that they change.
So you look at
not always.
You look at it though, it's a battle royale. Like all of these are battle royales. So like Erik said, it's competition between the two. And when one of the competition is throwing shit out, and people are like, "Oh, it's new. This is good." They're gonna migrate to that one. Whether to me, Apex is a better game than Fortnite. Like just in general, just for my play style. I never could get into Fortnite when I played it. When we tried playing it. It could just be because I wasn't good enough at like the multitasking between building and killing someone at the same time. But to me, Apex is the best battle royale game right now that's out, just based on my play style. Like I liked Blackout, it was good, but I don't know. I like they're not too much different to me, but
I like what they've been doing with Blackouts updates. They've been doing pretty good.
Have they? I haven't played Blackout since
I
Apex
haven't played it, but I kind of just saw headlines and stuff, and it is being like regularly updated. They're doing different types of battle royales. Like there's one like where it's like only melee weapons, for example, and the map's much smaller.
Oh, that'd be kind of
stuff
cool.
like little twists like that aren't necessarily a lot of work to implement, I think. But
and again, you got to look at it too. Like Apex was free.
That's another thing too.
Like, and I think people need to acknowledge that fact that yes, they want to see more from it, but it was a free game. Like the company's basing all their income off of battle passes, right?
So is Fortnite though.
True, but again,
who the fuck bought Fortnite? No one.
No,
one bought
totally.
that shit.
But Fortnite again is also more established at this
Apex
point.
also just like kind of like they're like, here it is, no marketing, no, just like let's see how it does. Boom.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think
that was partially good marketing though.
In a way,
no marketing
yeah.
because then people were like, "Whoa!" and
Yeah.
then it exploded.
From a cost perspective. Like,
well, especially in like a bit of a dry period for like good games coming out. They just kind of were like, hey, here it is.
But it's obvious that like Apex has fallen since its initial release because like now the big thing on Twitch is still Fortnite and like the GTA role playing.
I just don't think Fortnite's ever going. Like, it's gonna be a while before someone overtakes Fortnite because they have such a fan base in the young generation. Like, I know so many of my like family friends where their kids are playing Fortnite and they're really, really young. So it's like, I don't know. I feel because there's that kind of following for them, whereas Apex, I think, again, I don't know. Do they have an older demographic that follows Apex, or is there...
I have no information behind this, but I assume so.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I think until you have the younger generation switch, Fortnite's going to be basically the gold standard of where people are at.
Yeah, Fortnite it won't go away for the foreseeable future. Like,
the other thing is just like the streamers too, because like obviously like Shroud, Tfue, all these big people, they were streaming Apex for quite a while, but then they got bored of it, and because of the updates or whatever, and now they're switching back to other games. So I think that's also got a good. That's got to impact it on Twitch.
Those numbers are definitely inflated by the big Twitch streamers. Like, it's like I forget who it was. I was talking to Matt or someone about it, and how he was shocked that some game all of a sudden had like 20,000 people on it. Yeah,
that was me, because we were talking about I would just make comments about like there was a Dark Souls at one point, and I was like, wow, there's like 10,000 people watching someone play Dark Souls, and I was a little surprised about that, because it's a good game and people play it a lot, but it's like, I don't know, Erik and I play it and there's like no one on when we're playing it. Because before, when you got to like a boss, for example, and you were embered, you'd see a shit ton of signs like, hey, summon me, let me help you out, or kind of thing like that. Now it's like, oh shit.
But it's also a 3-year-old game.
True. But that's what I mean. That's why I was surprised when on Twitch, just occasionally you'd have like 10,000 to 20,000 people watching it. But then Evan made that really good point about it.
Just because it's like one person that just has a big following that's streaming it.
Yeah.
So it's like there's actually only 800 people watching Dark Souls, and then there's 9,000 people watching one person stream it. Mm-hmm. So I imagine those numbers, that big number difference, is probably because the top 100 guys on Twitch right now are streaming it, and they have the biggest numbers.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be such a hard like saturated market to crack into. Like, you see those large numbers, it's like, oh, I'm gonna stream this, but it's like I feel like you'd be almost nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tfue alone, he has 118,000 viewers playing Fortnite.
So that's where that number is inflated by him, especially.
The next lowest is only like 28,000.
That's why those streamers get. Like, you heard that rumor that
we got
Respawn paid what was it? Respawn paid Ninja $1 million to promote Apex.
Yeah.
That is 100% why.
It is, yeah. Because Ninja, he gets those numbers.
Yeah.
Like,
and then, as Jack put yesterday, spoiler alert for Endgame. This is all I'm going to say, but Fortnite there's product placement for Fortnite in Avengers Endgame. And that's huge.
And there's product placement for Avengers in Fortnite.
That's true, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. That is very
Thanos
true.
Stuff.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, but usually when you have someone doing that, there's usually like a cross. Like one of them will promote the other a little bit, and the other will promote the other.
I still feel like Epic would have to pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
That product placement.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're one of the biggest games and then one of the biggest movie series right now, it's
when
like,
Fortnite alone makes billions of dollars within a year,
Disney
you can
doesn't
afford
give a
it.
shit about money right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. That's why they do it all.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, they don't give a shit about spending money.
Oh yeah,
because they'll just get infinitely more back.
they could drop it on anything, and all of a sudden they'd have such a return on it.
It's like how Thanos is indefinite? What is it? What's his
inevitable.
Yeah.
Inevitable, yeah.
Disney making money
is inevitable.
Yeah.
Man, Disney is
Can you Google? I'm curious. What was the reactions when Disney originally bought LucasArts? Because I feel like that was like the beginning of this all new Disney that's just like buying everything and making so much money.
I think for the most part, people were pretty happy about the purchase.
But like, were people people confused? Like, why would they be doing this? Like, because they spent billions to buy LucasArts, right? And people are like, that seems like a pretty crazy investment. Like, Star Wars is over, blah, blah, blah.
It wasn't though. Like, you still had a huge following, especially with like Clone Wars and Rebels coming out. A lot of people were still following it either way.
That was the Old Republic too, probably.
Yeah. And like there's a bunch rumored out that's coming. Like the directors for Game of Thrones are rumored to be doing an Old Republic's era TV show.
That's confirmed. The Old
It's
Republic
confirmed
TV
now?
show.
Yeah, so
I don't know if it's a movie or TV show, but like they're for sure making that.
yeah,
On Disney Plus.
I'm excited because it's like you're looking at probably one of the best TV shows, most graphic TV shows, making an Old Republic era Star Wars. That's gonna be insane.
I hope they keep like some of the older like Sith Lords too, like Malik, Revan.
Do like yeah, and get like Malgus and all those guys, and they're like, oh, that'd be so much. That'd be so sick.
So cool.
So like Disney, they bought Lucasfilms for $4 billion, which like that's a lot of money, but like Disney totally made that back already.
They made
easy.
They made half
They
of
made
that
that
back
back
on The Force Awakens.
alone. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's crazy. But the reaction to the buy, it seems to be pretty in the middle based off a couple articles I just read. You know, people being like, "Yay, more Star Wars," would be like, "Disney's gonna fuck it up."
Yeah, that's what I would.
But
do.
like,
you
you
gotta-
think
they're-
people think it was a good investment though, because I remember people being like, "Why would they? Why would
I
they
would
do that?"
imagine most people are like, that's a smart fucking move for
Well,
Disney.
and here's the thing: is like, no matter what, like Star Wars has always had a rocky following. 'Cause
Yeah.
you had people who had like the first three, so 4, 5, 6, and they're like, oh, these are the best movies. Then there was also people that liked the newer like 1, 2, 3, and they were always clashing at each other, saying, you guys are wrong. This generation's better. Da da da.
Because when they bought Lucasfilm, they were immediately like, "Yeah, we're making more Star Wars." The two news came in tandem, so like that's why people were like, in terms of it being an investment, people were probably.
When you
like,
talk about
okay.
Star Wars being dead, there's a lot of the Star Wars, especially like the Old Republic, that hasn't been touched by anyone besides the books. Like, there's the only ones that have touched on that, or BioWare with their games.
Now they have the Mandalorian show too.
Which
Yeah.
looks, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting Disney Plus? Does that interest you?
I'm gonna get it.
I'm probably. I'm gonna see what they bring out on it, like what they, because I think they're taking everything off Netflix, right? All Disney's
All
coming out
Disney
next-
stuff. Yeah.
Originally, I didn't really want to get it, but if you actually think about it, like the amount of, someone showed me like on Reddit, there was this big diagram of all the IPs Disney owns now, and like Disney pretty much owns as much content as Netflix can put on their thing.
Well, the
Except
difference-
Disney owns the rights to
I was
it.
gonna say, and the difference is that Netflix has a period where they can have that on their streaming service, whereas Disney's like, this is ours.
Yeah, this is on forever. We'll
Yeah.
never take it off. Like,
Yeah, because it's always
so
shitty when
weird.
you go on Netflix and you're like, you look up a movie that you saw on there a while back, you're like, oh, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
God, what am I looking at? This
I like
chart.
when we think of it's in the shape of a Mickey Mouse. When we think of Disney, when I think of Disney, I still just always think of classic Disney cartoons. Just that's what I think of. But like Disney's huge now.
They own ABC, Fox.
ESPN. I didn't know they had ESPN.
Disney
dude,
owns
they-
a lot of sports and news networks, which is
Hulu.
also really kind of concerning.
All hail Disney overlords.
That's what it's going to be pretty fast. here.
All hail Mickey Mouse.
Hey, Peter,
Supreme
welcome.
Overlord.
What are we at for time?
We're at our time.
All right,
It is
so
time.
we'll start wrapping it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us about our Fallout 76.
Evan wrapped it up right
Yeah,
there.
let's wrap it up.
Wow. We're done. Okay, we're
Good
done.
segue.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. They learned a
on
little
camera.
bit more about us, I'd say, in this podcast than anything else.
Yeah.
Like we went in a little bit about ourselves. So
Treat her right.
Hey, this was better than the last podcast I was on.
Everybody.
God damn it. Greg.
if you have anything you want us to talk about or you guys want us to discuss, by all means, leave it in the comment section. Leave us a like.
Let us know if you want to hear more about Fallout 76.
Yeah, because we can definitely do more about Fallout 76. We do realize this is the Fallout 76 podcast.
No one leaves comments to talk about things.
Greg's
I
very
can ask-
negative.
I'm gonna leave a comment.
We're
Ask
gonna-
us to talk about things.
Make
So we
sure
got negative
you don't
Nancy
count.
over here hopping
Yeah.
in.
please make sure you take
we
your
haven't used in our
Disney.
podcast.
Treat
We're the
us
negative
right.
Nancy's.
Please make sure
That's
you
true.
take your Disney Blu-ray discs and build a shrine to Mickey Mouse before it's too late.
All hail the Disney overlord.
All right, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.